السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Waalaikumsalam.
How are you doing, Rayyan?
Good,
How was your day?
good.
Alhamdulillah. Can you say Alhamdulillah? Like, if I ask you, how was your day? Good. Alhamdulillah. How was your
Alhamdulillah.
day?
Good. Alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah. That's good. Inshallah. Okay, before we start, let's start with Bismillah then Surah Al-Fatiha. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. نعم. Inshallah, we are going to start today's class with lesson 1, Camp 2. Now you are in Camp 2 now. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. You've reached the next level. So, what is Camp 2 all about? Is the summary, let me just do the summary for you, is all about tajweed, the ruling how to pronounce the Quran correctly. Yes, that's when you are going to know about the waqf, the tamabuto, the mad, and so on like that. So, inshallah, let's start with lesson 1. Let me share my screen. Now, can you see my screen now? Yes, Alhamdulillah. So, today's lesson is about Wakf, green light to red light. Wakf. Have you ever heard of Wakf before? Like Wakf. Okay. Don't forget, Wakf is Arabic language. It's an Arabic word written in English. Wakf. So the word Wakf, the word Wakf, it means stop in English. Arabic is Wakf. English is what? Stop. So when we stop reading a word, we mute at the last vowel. For example, this is kasala, right? So
Yes.
imagine this kasala is at the end of a sentence. Is it the last word? So how are we going to pronounce it? I'll just stop at kasala. No, because in Arabic language, every word ends with sukun. Like we pronounce it as sukun. For example, this word kasala, it will be pronounced as kasal. Yes. As you stop the letter on la, so it should be pronounced with sukun. So it end with kasal. Do you understand? Let's move on. You are going to understand better. So waqf is like you are at the last point. That's where we are going to stop the word or any sentence that you are reading in Arabic language. So, do you get the clue, the explanation of waqf?
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean by waqf? What is waqf?
Taking out the vowel at the end of the word.
Yes. Or you can say waqf means to stop at the end of Arabic word. Waqf. Waqf means to stop at the end of a word. Yes. For example, we have the word here, masata, right? So the masata is at the end of word. How are we going to pronounce? We are going to pronounce it as masat. We are going to give it imaginary sukun. You are not going to pronounce as masata. It's gonna be masat. Second example, haraja, it will be, can you pronounce?
Haraj.
Yes, correct. Next one, hamasha, at the end of the word, how are you going to pronounce it?
Hamash.
Hamash, correct. I think you understand what I'm saying. So, did you know the purpose of waqf is to stop because it is the end of the verse, or to take a breath if the verse is too long before continuing reading? Do you know that actually the purpose of this is to teach you how to read the Quran very well? So, if you are going to stop at the end of a verse in the Quran, like Kul a'udhu bi rabbin nas, you are not going to say Kul a'udhu bi rabbin nasi. Not correct. Yeah, the purpose of work is like because it is the end of a verse. That's why we call it work. Then we should stop. Yes. So, okay. Now you understand the introduction and the meaning of work and how it is used, right? Next one is that they have signs, different signs of stop in the Quran. We have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 signs of stop. That means waqf in the Quran. The first sign is the sign that look like sword here with lamb, and the second sign, the one that look like lamb. Yes, and the third one, meme, and the fourth one like cough. Yes, and the fifth one like gym. And there is different sign. It is not a letter, but three dot sign. Yeah, this. Yeah, you are going to see both of them together. And this one usually be at the end of the verse. If you notice, like you see there, they are going to write the letter, like letter or the figure, maybe figure 2 or figure 3, shows the number of the verse. Now you are going to know how everything works. Actually, all the signs have meaning. Yes, you can jot it down if you have a book with you. The one that look like sword, if you see it in the Quran, it means better to continue. And if you have a Quran with you, you can bring it so that to verify some information there.
Kaf. King. Sword. Number 2. Three. Better to stop.
Are you
Oh,
done?
yes.
Okay. These are the seven signs of waqf. Seven, right? Yes. And we have four types of waqf in the Quran. Wait, don't mix it together. Types are different of signs. Like the signs that you are going to see that this one is waqf in the Quran. But the way of stopping, we have four types. So what are the types of waqf in the Quran? Type 1 is stopping at sukun. Like if the letter of a word has sukun at the end, of course. How are we going to pronounce it before? We are going to mute at the end, right? And still is stopping at sukun. So we are going to stop it with sukun. Example, fahjur. This fahjur is the end of ayah in the Quran. So I should explain this place, right? Actually, this place is just written there, but we are going to erase it imaginary. We imagine that it's not there. Inshallah, in next level, you are going to know the meaning of this. This is how we are going to pronounce it. Fa, fatha, fa, then ha, sukun, fa. Yes, correct. That's it. Then jim, doma, jur,
Fahjur.
fa, jur. This is the first type of waqf stop that we have. The one that stop at sukun. The second type of waqf is okay. Before we go to the second type, let's see the example. Can you pronounce them?
Um, ta, tas, takash, tas, tak, tas, tak, i, tas, takir.
Yes, testakthir. Testakthir. How about the next one?
Hmm, fu, fuji, I mean,
Yes, can you pronounce it? I can't hear you.
um, fuji, fuji, fujiro, fujiro,
Fu-
fujiro,
Fujirot.
fu,
Fujirot. Can you pronounce it again?
fujiro.
If you notice something, you are going to see that there is this sign of Jim here. This is a sign of work, right? Yes, this is how it's written in the Quran. Okay, next one. Can you pronounce this?
Fa, a, fa, a, oh, fa, a,
Is it far? This.
eh, wa,
Yes.
wa, wa, a, horo, wa, a, horot,
Wa akharat.
wa, a, horot.
Yes. Wa akharat. Then next one.
Mm, a, a, mm, ama, la, lahum, ama,
A'malahum. Correct. A'malahum. Then last one.
am, amsha, amsha,
Is this
lahum,
shin? Check very well.
amsa, lahum.
Yes. Amsalahum. Correct. So, did you see the example of a waqf that we stop at sukun and again it's end with sukun, right? So there is no
Mhm.
much stress. This is easy to understand. Then let's move to the next one. Next one is that stopping at the basic vowel, like the last letter of the word has a basic vowel, either the forward one, upper vowel, or lower vowel. So if the last letter of a word has one of the basic vowel, it changed to sukun. Do you understand? Like the word
Um,
has the basic vowel. So if you're going to pronounce it right, you are not going to pronounce the vowel with it. You are going to pronounce it as sukun because of what? Can you answer that? Because of what?
because of wakaf.
Because of waqf. Because yes, because it is at the end. We are going to stop there, right? So we have sakura here. Then we are going to pronounce it as circle. Good. I hope you understand. Yeah, my example. So these are the words. Can you remove this black? Yes. Do you see this word? We have the sign stopping work sign, right? This obviously know that this work you need to stop here, right? Then can you pronounce this?
Um, na, naz, 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 zo, nazoro,
Yes,
nazor.
not the right, but it is work. You are going to imagine it from your head that the raw has sukun. So you are going to pronounce it as nazar. Okay, what about this also?
U,
Don't forget this. You are going to imagine as if it's not there. Yes, yes.
eh,
Then pronounce like that.
was, was tak, was tak, bar,
Yes, correct. You understand it. Was bar, not was baro again. Because it is work, right? It will be was bar. Correct. The next one.
wa basar,
Wabasar. Good, good, good. How about this one also?
yu, wa, yu,
You, sir.
ya, yu, yu, tar, yu,
Yeah,
tur,
this actually wow, right? But it has Hamza on its head. You are going to pronounce it as Alif. You know,
wa,
you know that, right?
wa,
It will be as if Alif has a bump vowel, sukun. So you are going to
wa,
pronounce you, sir,
yu, yu, tar,
you, sir, like this. You, like you're going to stop on the Hamza that has sukun. You, like you are on a bump, right? Like a car climb on the bump on the road. You, sir. Can you pronounce like that?
yu, tar.
Correct. I think you got what I said. Yes. You, sir. Yes. Then last one. Actually, it is at the beginning, right? This one, yeah, it's at the beginning. You are going to
A,
pronounce it as Fatha.
a, al, al, bas, al, bashar, al,
Al-Bashar.
bashar, al, bashar.
Yes, Al-Bashar. Correct. I think you'll be understanding some points as you move on because this type of alif, if it's at the middle, we are not going to pronounce it. But if it's at the beginning, that follows with lam, yes, we are going to pronounce it as if it has upper vowel. So fatha, we are going to pronounce it as al-bashar, correct. So let's move on. These are the example of the vowel, the stopping that stop that has basic vowel. So the third one, I think this is more higher. The third one is stopping at sukun before the last letter. There are some letters, there are some words that will have sukun that before the letter before the last letter of the word will have sukun, right? For example, this alfasol. So if the second letter of a word has sukun, then the letter needs to be read as sukun too. But make sure you can hear the last letter too. It
الفصل.
means you are going to pronounce two sukuns together. Wow, more challenging. How are you going to pronounce this? Don't forget, this
الفصل.
al what?
فصل.
Al first, then the last one should show small. Al fasl.
الفصل.
Yes. So that if you are pronouncing it, I will able to hear the last letter, maybe just small, slightly. Let let's see more example. Okay. These are example of a word stopping at sukun before the last letter. So how are you going to pronounce it? Don't forget, this is at the middle of a word, right? You are going to,
Yeah.
oh, wait. You are going to, you are going to erase it. Imaginary. Yes. Because it's at the middle of word. Yes, correct.
وال والف والف والفجر
Yes.
والفجر
Wal fajr.
والفجر.
Yes, correct. Because I can still smell the last letter. Yes. Next one. How do you
يا
pronounce it?
يسر.
Yasr. Yes. Yasr. Yasr. Next one.
أمم،
Hijr.
ح- حجر.
Hijr. Yeah. Can you pronounce again? Hijr. Can you pronounce this again? Hijr.
حجر.
Hijr.
حجر.
Yes. What about this?
إيث إثم
Ithm.
إثم
Look at the
إثم
man very well. Ithm.
إثم
Yes. Correct. How about the last one?
مسك.
Misk. Fantastic. You pronounce this very well. I think this one is much, 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 much more good. Yes, yes. Fantastic. Misk. You actually understand how understand what I'm saying, what I was saying. So, do you understand this one? You
Yes.
understand, right? Good. Alhamdulillah. Let's move to the uh next next type of sukun. We've done the right, did the last one. Actually, that end, there are some words that the letter end with shadda. What's shadda in English? How do you call shadda?
Um,
Double bump vowel. Do you remember?
mm,
Bump vowel is sukun, right? Double bump vowel is shadda. So the fourth type of waqf is stopping at shadda. So if the last letter of a word has shadda, that is the bump vowel, it changed into sukun. But make sure that you read it with strength. Before you know that you are going to read a letter with shadda with strength, right? But since it is at the last word, so we are going to pronounce it as sukun. But don't forget to pronounce it with strength also. Before I pronounce it for you, let me just make you pronounce it first. Let's see how you are going to pronounce it. Adu is at the last of a word. So how are you going to pronounce it?
adu, adun,
You are correct slightly. So let me pronounce this for you. Adu. Adu. Do you see how I pronounce? Adu. Okay, let's move to the example. So, hmm, more
al
challenging. So, these are the
al
examples of the word
al
that stop at shadda. So, first one, how are you going to pronounce it? Let me pronounce for you, or you are going to try first.
al 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 sha al shul al al shud al
Okay,
shul
okay. Let me pronounce for you. You are going to pronounce this as ashuh.
ashu
Yes, ashuh.
ashu
Correct. If you are moving on, you are going to know the reason why we did not pronounce this lamb very well. You notice that there is nothing on this lamb, right? Inshallah, we are going to so we are going to know it. We are taking it step by step. So this pronunciation of this assure. What about this one? Wait. This. Of course, this at the beginning, right? This alif. We are going to give it like so. How are we going to pronounce this? Let me pronounce for you. Al-Azal.
al al azar
Do you know that actually, if there is no shadda here, right, and it is sukun, we are going to pronounce al-Azal, al-Azal, but it has shadda, and we want to stop on it, right? We must give the letter strength because it is letter that has shadda. So if you want to pronounce it, you are going to pronounce it as Al-Azal. Can you pronounce it again? This. Al-Azal.
al azal
Yes. Next one, pronounce this.
um dur dur durri durriya
Zurrij.
durri
Zurrij. Okay,
durri
let's go to the next one. You have 10 minutes more.
Vam, vamos, vamos, vamos
Guess
reír,
right.
¿no? Vam,
B.
vimos, vimos,
B.
vimos, reía,
No, this work for it. You are not going to pronounce as بمصرخية. No, because it is وقف. You are going to pronounce it as بمصرخي. Can you
vim,
pronounce?
vimos, reír,
Yes, بمصرخي. Then next one.
mus, mustaf, mustafil.
It is cough. Ko. Mus,
Mustaqil,
mustaqir. Yes. Last one.
fatol,
Fa.
fatol,
Yes. Fatol. Okay, let's go. Let's move on. Any question? We've come to the end of the slide. So what we learn is that we know the waqf. Waqf means to stop, right? And we have the signs of waqf, the 7 signs, and the types of waqf. Okay, for us to do the summary, let's go to an short quiz for this. So yes. Let me enter your name. Rayyan. Correct. Now let's start.
Wakaf means to stop. Stop.
S-T-O-P. Okay. When we stop reading a word, we should do what?
In the last fourth.
Last vowel, right? News.
Before you run out of breath.
Before you run out of breath.
Simple meaning is it at the end of the verse.
At the end of the verse. Okay.
The I can, I can. Mhm.
Okay, what's the correct one?
It's lagging. Oh,
Oh, I think we've done. We've come to an end. Let's. Oh, why? Ew.
constituency. Which of the following wakafs are correct? Sukun before the last letter, basic vowel, and sukun.
Which was
Eh,
volume for correct? I'm sorry, of me. Okay. Oh, Sukun before we not check the last one. Okay.
If the last letter is changed into sukun,
Sukun. Yes.
I guess you get the name. How do you stop reading this at the second verse?
Yes.
Um, third, should stop at na with sukun.
We stop
Mm.
at red.
Third,
Which
third, third. Orange,
this?
orange, 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 orange.
Red.
Should answer. How do you stop reading at purple, purple,
As? Yeah. This.
purple,
This. How should we
purple,
stop reading at
purple.
Yes. So I want to stop at Abraham. So how we read as Abraham is correct.
May no, 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 it should be
So I will read it as Ar-Rahim is Sukun. Is this
yes,
correct?
should yes.
Okay.
How should you stop reading at
Like the example we did.
orange, orange, orange,
Orange.
orange?
Yeah, 80%. Yeah. It's just a question means. Yeah, let's do this question again.
Before last letter.
The following
Sukun.
words are correct. Sukun,
Sukun
this one, yes. Amsalu,
and sukun before last letter.
sukun before the last letter. Yes. Let me submit.
Could you help me study?
Yes. I think we've come to an end of this quiz. Inshallah, meet you next class for the next. Hope you understand this topic very well. Work. Do you understand?
Yes.
Or there are some parts like you don't understand very well, right? Okay, inshallah, we are going to meet next class, right? سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. By 6:05, you can join again, okay?
Join 6.
That's 10 minutes difference, right? 6:05, okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Sorry.